Hello and welcome to our podcast, Cuttin It, podcast for barbers by barbers. Very first episode today, so very exciting. We have a legend, Joseph Purr. Welcome, Joe.
Cheers, Adam. Thank you very much.
All the way from Newmarket today.
Big trek.
Absolute legend. Thanks for coming.
No problem.
So we're going to talk to you about your journey through the academy mainly, but from the academy to where you are now.
Mm-hmm.
So let's jump in. Where did it all begin? Why did it all begin?
So I always thought being a barber would be a great job, but I never knew how to get involved. So first of all, I went into a few barber shops in my local area. I was getting my hair cut. I was feeling like I loved the thought and feeling of like getting a fresh haircut, walking out there, having a smile on my face, looking fresh, feeling alive. I thought this would be a great job. So I asked a few barber shops around, and they all pointed me in the direction of Gould Barbers. So it was just before COVID. I sent a message to Gould Barbers, sent them an email, asked them to get involved, and they told me I'll be able to join their academy, what they're doing. And then unfortunately COVID hit, so I had to wait until after COVID. So straight after COVID, I came to King's Lynn for 8 weeks. I was there, got taught by a very good teacher for an 8-week course, and I was there. I didn't have a clue about cutting hair, didn't know how to pick up a comb. You obviously made a big impact on me, showing me what to do. Don't be sitting around working on a blockhead. And
I think one of the things for people just starting out that we forget now we're a bit further down the line is that initial bit when you're picking up a comb and you don't hold it like you think you would, or scissors.
yeah, scissors.
It's like learning a new language when you have got no understanding of what you're doing, and I think we sort of don't appreciate now how hard that is in the beginning. Did you find that?
Definitely, it was very hard. Like I'd be going home, and you told us it would happen. Like our hands would start to hurt, our fingers and our thumbs would start to hurt from using the scissors a different way to how we should be using them as a barber, and using getting used to our combs going up against the wall, going down, and any spare time if we weren't cutting hair on a client, use the blockheads, and if you weren't on the blockheads, using scissor over comb, practicing that, because that's such a big thing in barbering nowadays.
I think a lot of people starting out, like any trade, you watch somebody who's been doing it for years, you think, oh, that looks quite easy.
Yeah.
And then you get in there and start, and it's
definitely.
like, oh my goodness.
Like after the first week, you think you're a barber, but it takes a long time.
Yeah.
Like, it takes a very long time. But as I say, like going in there, not knowing anything, and within the first 3 weeks, you kind of think, oh, I'm getting at it. It's going well. But your first week, you're thrown in the deep and you're like, wow, I did not know. This is like a foreign language, as you said, yeah.
So the course itself, did you say it was 8 weeks you've done?
8 weeks, yeah.
And so from after the 8 weeks, do you feel like you left there ready to cut hair full price as a barber in a shop?
To be fair, when I left there, I knew that I could cut hair to an okay standard, but I knew that I wasn't going to walk in there and be like a very busy barber. I knew my place when I got in there. Like you're still fresh at this. You're still as like the kind of apprentice. So it gave me like I had enough time to just gain confidence working from the academy to the actual shop. So I thought to myself, okay, take your time, work at it, and try and bust out the best trims as I could from when I left the academy, and hopefully cutting more hair in the shop gave me more experience.
I think one way I like to describe it with these training courses, these 8-week courses, is that they give you the basics, the good basics, and that's how they should be seen. I think is you leave there and you go into an environment with people who are doing it, and that takes you to the next stage. Then when you have thrown in at deep end and have to cut some actual hair, feel like
definitely so. It's a big shock, I'd say, from going from the academy to a barbershop, because when you're in the academy, it's a much more relaxed environment. You get one haircut an hour, and then when you go into a shop, you see barbers every 20 minutes. There's a haircut, so you kind of got to come to terms with that. So, but over time, you gain more confidence. You get better at cutting hair. You get quicker, and it's a lot. You get used to it. It's a lot better.
Is there like one part of being in the academy part of your journey that has helped you in a shop environment?
Definitely so. So from working in the academy, from going to the academy, you start from working on like young children to like old men, and it gives me it gave me a lot of confidence cutting for any range of age hair. So like I was absolutely fine cutting children's hair, and where parents would come in, "Are you okay to cut?" Yeah, of course I was. I was only a kid myself. I was only 18.
Yeah.
I'd be cutting like young children's hair, and they'd be screaming, but it gave me a lot of confidence. But that's all from the academy.
I think like, yeah, you see a lot of people that avoid doing them, but
Yeah.
if you've done them from the day one, I think that
Yeah,
that
definitely
is
so.
good. I think it throws you in, it gets you used to it because there's so many people who will just avoid doing those sorts of cuts. And I
Yeah.
think they are the ones that do mature you as a barber and do help you
Definitely
to
so.
get to a
And also I look at it like when you was in the academy cutting like children's hair, you had a lot of time to work on them, and like you kind of knew how to make them comfortable in a chair. But you also got to think you got to do them in the shop, because later on down the line, they're going to be your future adult clients, and hopefully like they'll stick with you for the rest of your life, and they'll remember that you cut their hair.
Yeah, so it's fair to say that experience, bit doing those, that has just helped your next step of your career.
Definitely so. Definitely so. And I always think if you can give a good haircut to a child and you think that's not bad, you can definitely do it on an adult.
Love it. So we've left the academy. We're in the shop. So you're how did that go?
Yeah, so I left the academy 8 weeks, then I went into the shop, and I worked on the shop floor for about 3 months as just an apprentice, a junior barber.
Okay.
A junior barber. So I was there for about 3 months. I spoke to Holly and my manager, and she said, I think you're ready to go on full price. And I was like, are you sure I'm ready? And she's like, I definitely think you're ready. So over time, I was gearing up. I was like, next month I'm going to be like a fully qualified barber. This is the time to shine. I was like, so I went from working in going to the academy to being a fully qualified barber within 3 months. But that's all different. It depends how good your cuts are, how many clients you're doing. But yeah, that was a big step.
Big change. Yeah.
Big change.
Yeah. There we go. So you're in the shop. Are we doing at this point? You're doing sort of like half price haircuts. Is that what in the shop?
So in the shop, I'm doing
You're advertising as a junior barber.
yeah,
to get
junior
people-
barber. I'm doing 50% off. Yeah, half price haircuts for the first 3 months.
Did you find with your so a lot of people would find with they go from they do a course, they get into the shop and they're on a high. They've done their course. They feel good because they've been working with these people. And they feel like they're the best in class and all this.
Yeah.
They hit the shop and then their confidence drops massively.
Yeah,
They see the other barbers and then realize they're nowhere near where they
yeah.
need to be. Did you find that you had a similar experience?
To be fair, when I went into the shop, there was a new chap in there, Sam. He just started out at the same time as me, so that kind of helped me out a little bit. So I weren't the newbie in there straight away. And there was Holly and Junior, and they were like the senior barbers, so that they always showed you and gave you help if you needed it. And I walked in there and I was like, okay, Joe, just remember what you learned as your basics. So I was always given a lot more time.
Yeah.
Then I just kind of progressed from there, really.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So overall, so you've done it. You've done your junior phase, and in 3 months you've then hit the floors at full price.
Price barber, yeah.
How did that feel?
It's very good. I felt very happy. I didn't believe that I could achieve that in such a short period of time, but it's all different for everybody, really. But I think if you just work hard and just cut as much as you can, and just really, if you kind of push yourself within, you'll be able to do it.
I think when I did mine, I did a bit more of an old school, a bit before your time.
Yeah.
So I've done a year sort of training, if you like, so
Yeah,
old school apprenticeship. And even after a year of training, I still the day one of actually cutting hair and charging the money, I didn't feel quite ready.
Yeah.
It felt for me that it took like a couple of years for that penny to really drop and really understand what I was doing.
Definitely.
So I think the whole academy process and these intensive courses, I do think they speed everything up.
Definitely. And the thing is, even though I went on from going to doing full price haircuts, I didn't feel that I could actually physically cut hair to the best of my ability from 2 years on, from being in the academy to cutting hair. I felt like, wow, all right, now I've got it. It's taken 2 years, but it feels like it's very good.
Yeah, and I think even when you pass that, because how long have you been cutting hair now?
5 years.
5 years. you always go up and down.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
have times when you're really, you know, and you're constantly learning. And I think that's what's so good about doing a trade in general. You're constantly like learning new stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
But you do have them times you think, oh, it's not quite, you know.
Yeah, no, I feel that definitely. And when I was cutting hair, I was like, yeah, I can cut hair, but I think I can get better. And when I hit like 2 years, I was like, yeah, all right, I've got it. I was always scared of skin fades. That was always my big thing, but I always try and do them. And like, I don't know what came over me. I was just doing like some nice skin fades. I'm like, wow, right, I've got it. I've kind of got it. And that was a big hit.
So fast forward to now, 5 years down the line.
5 years down the line,
What are you doing now?
so I'm now the manager of the shop, Newmarket, and we have 4 other lads working in the shop, including me. So that's 5 altogether. It's very busy. It's booming at the moment, and I couldn't be happier, really.
Do you feel like the whole training experience has helped you to do a better job of what the management role, the senior barber role?
Yeah, definitely, because when you have young chaps come in who's an apprentice, you used to be like, listen, I know what you're meant to be doing. You know, I was you myself.
Yeah.
And like, even though you're not liking it at the moment, now you have to practice on blockheads, scissor over combing, and you're not liking doing old men haircuts. Like, you want to be doing burst fades, skin fades. I said that will all come in time, but learn the basics, and trust me, you'll get there. And I said, like, if you just see where I was to where I am now, I didn't think I'd be able to achieve what I've achieved. And I said, you will do exactly the same. If not, you'll do it better, because I know what you should be doing.
Perfect role model.
I wish I was a role model.
And if you was gonna give one piece of advice to somebody thinking about joining Gould Barbers, being a barber in general, what would you?
I'd always recommend becoming a barber, but I'd also say, if you like your weekends, probably it's not the best job for you, because a lot of people like the idea of becoming a barber, but don't like to work at it. And if you need really strong drive to really become a barber, because you need to be in as much as you can, gain as many clients as possible, because there'll be clients for life. And if you put in the time and effort and hard work, you'll definitely achieve something becoming a barber.
Wonderful, thank you. And before we leave it, have you got a funny barbershop story? What's appropriate?
No, actually hasn't, no.
You must have one.
I can't think at the top of my head.
What's the most awkward situation you've had? The staff or customer?
The most awkward thing it happened to me at the academy. It was I was giving this guy a scissor cut, and he wasn't even my client. He was actually Mark Gould's client, and he didn't have an appointment. And then I was doing scissor over comb, and the next thing you know, I cut my own finger while I was cutting his hair. I cut my finger, and it just wouldn't stop bleeding. I was thinking, oh my God, this is the worst day possible. I just thought, no, this is not for me.
Well, at least you didn't cut a customer.
That's the main thing.
Yep, and you were training at the time, so these things happen.
Yeah,
You've learned
cut myself. I still cut myself now.
Wonderful. Well, I think that's all for today.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Adam.
Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Thanks ever so much. Bye-bye.